Hey y'all, so I'm back again to give you a quick Shonda's Corner. Forgive the traffic. Again, it's always behind me, so I'm trying to talk as loud as I can so you guys can hear me. Um, so first of all, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on my Shonda's Got Talent YouTube page. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Shonda's Got Talent. Comment, do whatever you feel, but here is the Shonda's Corner for today. Shonda's Corner for today is about the kids again. I talk about the kids a lot because they are our future. They are this next generation. And this next generation is a lot different than we were. They're a lot different than our parents were. Our parents got beat with any and everything that could be found by everybody they passed, from the bus driver to the mailman to the milkman to their parents. Our kids, well, I'm sorry, us, our generation, we got beat, but we mostly got beat with belts and switches and kind of more of what you may think is normal. Our kids, a lot of people are not disciplining them appropriately, which is why our generation is getting so out of hand. They want to baby them, they want to pacify them, they want to give them chances. They don't talk to them. They go buy them something instead of actually disciplining them in whatever kind of way you feel the need to discipline your kids, as long as it's not abuse and you're not hurting them to a point where it can be considered abuse. You shouldn't be breaking arms and legs and busting skin wide open to the white meat. Like, I know you want to get your point across, but please be a little cautious in how you discipline your kids. You don't want to send them to school with opened up sores and bruises and all this and that. If you choose to, that's on you, but just know now there's consequences for all that. I know our parents, it was no consequences, and for us, there was no consequences. But there are a lot of parents that are not effectively parenting their children, and they are abusing them, which is why it's becoming a little bit more touchy. Now, just popping a child on the butt or spanking them or, talking to them, yelling at them, or what have you, that's on you, the way that you choose to do it. But just keep in mind and remember that they are little humans. They are little kids that are growing into adults, and you want to teach them how to be able to effectively parent their one day children, which will be your grandchildren. So teach your kids to be themselves, to follow their own trends, to open up the doors for things, for people to follow them. Don't be a follower, be a leader and make the right decisions, even when you're not around. Because a lot of our kids act like perfect, sweet little angels in our face, and then they get to the bus stop, they get to school, they get to the playground, and they're a totally different child. If you listen in on conversations or you ride by unexpectedly, when you catch your kids somewhere without you, sometimes they will surprise you. So make sure that you are also teaching your kids how to act when you are not around, when there is no adult that's usually around them around to actually guide them. Make sure that you are also teaching them how to act when they're not around you. Like my son, when he outside, he loud and he the hypest, crunkest person out there. Then he get in the house and it's like, "Hi, mom. How are you? How was your day?" Nah, bruh. You was just outside, loud, extra, turning up with your little friends, and it's cool. But just keep it respectable. Continue to make the right choices. Like the other day, some of his friends were going to the candy lady, and the bus was getting ready to come, and he didn't know he was being watched by a trusted adult. And they were like, he kind of turned like he was gonna go with them, but he must have thought about it and was like, you know what, if I go with them I might miss the bus, and I already know my mom's gonna be highly upset. So he didn't go. That's just an example. But then there's other times, like the power went out at his karate class one time, and I'm sitting in there. I couldn't really see until, your eyes focus in the dark and you can see a little bit, but I could hear him louder than every other kid, hollering like a crazy person because he thought nobody could see him. And I'm like, you are my child. I'm your mother. I know you. I can hear you. And you're louder than all these kids that are younger and smaller than you that you should be setting an example for. So we just have to stay on them, especially in these critical times and ages where they're learning and they're still absorbing. Because once they get really, really up in years and in teenage years, it's going to be really hard to turn them around once they're 16, 17, 18. They're going to be thinking they know it all, that they're grown. And if you haven't put it in them from a baby to 13, 14, 15, it could be too late. So make sure that you are having daily conversations with your children. Make sure you are letting them know it's okay. Even if they tell you something that is hard to swallow, try to react in a different way than just anger, yelling, screaming, and beating the crap out of them, because they're not going to tell you anything else. I can tell you that right now. If you sit there and yell and scream at your child every time they tell you something about a boy, a girl, something that happened in school, something they did wrong, now, don't get me wrong, discipline them, but you have to kind of maneuver and work with them and let them know it's okay to talk to you, and actually make them feel it's okay to talk to you. Telling them it's okay to talk to you is two different things, because my parents and people told me, oh, it's okay to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm not talking to you because I didn't feel comfortable. My son does talk to me because he feels comfortable. He knows whatever it is, you just come to me. If it's something that you're kind of afraid to talk about, start with that. Like, Mom, I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I don't know what you're going to think, what you're going to say, but I need to tell you this. Like, it will make this world such a better place if we can get our youth in check, if we can get our children on the right page to act accordingly in front of us as well as away from us. That is Shonda's Corner for today. Teach your children to behave even when you or another trusted adult is not around. Follow me on social media. Shonda's Got Talent on IG. Shonda's Got Talent Business on Facebook. LaShonda the Author on Facebook. Subscribe and like the bell. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on my YouTube channel, Shonda's Got Talent. You know, you could do requests, comment, whatever you feel. I haven't been doing any song challenges lately. I think I have 2 that I still owe people. I didn't forget, but if you have any song challenges or anything, then let me know. My throat has been very scratchy. This whole weather change and everything is really jacking me up, but if you send them to me, I'll put them in my list and rotation, and I will get them to you. I will deliver as promised. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. Bye.